Hey, welcome. Hope you guys are enjoying these true life scary tales. Stay tuned to hear more about the haunted hotel. Hey, everybody, welcome back to Local Love, real life scary tales. We're going to continue on telling you a little bit more about the haunted hotel that me and my boyfriend Jeff stay in frequently. All right, so if you haven't already seen the other two portions of this particular story, we have part A and part B, make sure you go back and check those. We also have two other true life scary tales, and those are going to be part 1 and part 2. Don't miss out. All right, guys, so we're going to pick it back up with the haunted hotel. All right, guys, so as I mentioned before, this haunted hotel is in the UCF area. We're not going to say the name of it. Last we talked about how we did bring a medium out, and we've had several friends come out and do some ghost hunting and have had some unique experiences in that as well. There is some stories from the employees that work there, and again, won't say the names, but that I'm going to share with you a little bit of that today as well. All right, so while we've been staying at this hotel for a couple of years now, off and on, every couple weeks, when my boyfriend would come into town, and basically we got friendly with quite a few members of the staff, and there was a particular young lady that worked at night, and we are going to call her Nikki. And Nikki was the front desk clerk, very nice lady, and a very open-minded lady. And we chose to share a little bit about what had been going on as far as some of the things, because she saw us going out into the back a lot and wondering, weird, why are these people bringing not only themselves going out there, but bringing other people back there and, equipment and things like that, because we did do our spirit box sessions several times, as well as take photographs, some video, things like that. Now, when I started talking to her and telling her about my tales and what we had experienced so far, she mentioned to me that working nights she saw a lot as well. So we'll start with one of my favorite ones, which is when she told me that she got dropped off for work and her 2 little daughters were coming into the hotel. And, most little kids, they're like every bathroom. They got to look at them all. So she told them to go ahead and use the one in the lobby. And she was going to get, clocked in for work. And for them to come and talk to her before they left back out to back out to get in the car. And so she did remind them, everybody's sleeping. It's like 11 o'clock at night. Please remember to be, don't play around. So basically she's comes back around the counter, still isn't seeing them. Then all of a sudden, out of the blue, they come screaming out of this ladies' room that's in the lobby near the pool area. Just screaming, obviously terrified, obviously scared. They're little girls. And she goes, "Hey guys, you gotta calm down. There's people sleeping, no playing." And they were like, "Mommy, we're not going back in there." When we went into the big bathroom, and we're in there, using it, there's a little boy in there, and he peeked over the top at us, and he said, "Hee." And, that scared them to death. So they came running out of there, terrified. According to her, they will not go back in there. They are absolutely mortified that happened. And I think she probably explained it to him in a way that maybe made it a little bit better, but that's still a pretty frightening experience for a young child. So on top of that, she did tell me that, at night, part of their duties is to go and, put the receipts for the guests that are going to be checking out the next day underneath the doors, slide them into their room. And basically the 3rd floor, she was up on the 3rd floor, and she said that as she was walking, she just kind of felt heavy, like something was walking with her. And then basically, she would be bending down frequently to, put those receipts under the door. So she'd grab a receipt and she'd put it under the door, back up again. And she felt like something was hovering. And she just basically spoke out and said, "Listen, I don't have time for this. I'm working. please, could you not? So she said that didn't seem to really work too hot. But as she finished up with the third floor and her receipts, she went to go back into the elevator. And as she did, she turned to step into it and realized that both of her shoelaces were untied. So I guess that was sort of a response that they didn't like to be told what to do. So they untied her shoelaces. And now, mind you, she's been bending down this whole time. She would have noticed if her shoelaces were untied before that. So apparently not. So take that as you will. All right, so another experience from our friend Nikki. Another duty that they have to do is as the morning gets, ready to pop off, they do have a breakfast, and part of her duty is to go in there and prep the breakfast and get everything together and get everything ready. Basically, as she's in there prepping items, she said she was just kind of in there on her own, doing her thing, not really thinking about it. Quiet time in the morning. Most people are in their room sleeping still. And basically she said that when she was chopping up something and then she went to turn around to grab something else off another counter behind her, that there was a little girl just sitting on the counter. Now, it wasn't one of her children. It wasn't a real hotel guest. She said she was just there 1 minute and gone the next. And she just said it was a young girl, she said about like 6, maybe 6 or 7. And she said, I remember she said long hair, but I don't remember her telling me if she was blonde or what color her hair was or what she was wearing. But yeah, that would be a little bit concerning to see that happen. So yeah, that absolutely is something that she had told us about. Now, as for us, because of her telling me these stories, several of my friends came over, and we're just going to call them Jay and Tilly. And basically, Jay and Tilly came out and spent some time with me and Jeff. We had dinner out by the pool area. While the boys were on their way to go pick up dinner, me and Tilly decided we were going to do a spirit box session in the bathroom where the little girls had the experience. Now, we'd hoped that we could kick off the lights, but apparently they're an automated system that you need a special key to turn them off. So we did have to do it in the light. And this was probably about 11:30 at night, something like that, perhaps. And we're in there. It was probably a little earlier than that, actually, probably about 10:30. But at any rate, we were in there and we decided to do this session. And when we got in there, there was something chattering with us. And basically, we did record some of that, although I can't seem to get the recordings up. We'll see if I can find them later. I'll share them. But basically, when we asked about a name, the only name we seemed to get was Owen. We asked if it wanted to play a game. We did get some hides, and then it said hide and seek. And at some point, it told us to run and hide. Things like that. So we did get a lot of hellos and a lot of general chatter from this, but we never saw anything. Again, the lights were on. We couldn't turn them off, but we did have quite an experience with it, telling us that there were 7 other spirits and other things that it mentioned in our session with the spirit box. So if I can get any of that up, I'll certainly share it with you at a later time, and if so, I'll post it to the bottom of this in the comments, but at this time I can't seem to share that, so bear with me on that. But to this very day, we still have experiences there, a variety of things, from our bathroom door closing on its own while one of us was in there on the 3rd floor. We've had experiences again with those lights that want to blink whenever we're out in the back pool area. And for some reason, they also like to poke my boyfriend Jeff a lot. They'll poke him or push him, or occasionally they'll just kind of get right on him, and he can kind of feel a real heavy presence. And again, they've tried to channel through him an additional time. and like pull his energy as well. And I've, since then I've kind of armed him with the idea that don't let yourself be open, and tell them that you're not about this happening. And hopefully, if any of this advice is helpful to any of you guys experiencing these things, let us know. We're happy to help. But also, if you have any true life scary tales of your own and you would like us to present them, please feel free to reach out to us. You can see how to reach us above, and we would love to hear all about it. Or if you want to read it out loud on our show, that's fine too. We appreciate that. And thank you guys so much for taking the time to listen to our stories. That's going to end part C of the Haunted Hotel. And of course, that's also part 5 of the True Life Scary Tale. So if you haven't listened to all of them, please go back and take the time to do that. I think that you'll find some quite interesting. We do have some more coming up for you. We might even be sharing some other folks' stories as well. Other than that, peace.
Don't forget to like and subscribe and share with all your friends.
And hit that bell so you know when we have a new video.